Welcome back to the Handy Landlord. So here I am. I have a Section 8 repair list: weather stripping, door or floor covering, toilet missing handle, sink clogged, tub caulk, door off hinges, hole in the wall, globe missing, hole in the wall. The problem with it is how they write up the bedrooms. It's like right center, left back. Like what? I don't even understand. Like how they write up the bedroom, so it's like a mystery trying to solve. But and then basement, all the basement walls need painted. But it's always interesting to me the things that they don't write up, and then the things that they do write up. Like right by the front door of this property, there's rotted wood and siding missing, but they did not write that up. Right on the front of this property, there is a busted window. On the back of this property, there was trash. Probably 20 plus bags of trash that the tenant had. I dropped off a city trash can so the tenant could start getting that gone, or getting it out of there. And yeah, I'm just amazed by the things they write up and then the things they don't write up. I've had an interesting week, so it's been chock full. For one of the landlords that I work for, I had a sewer line that sent me on. I guess there's been a plumber there. It was actually, which is very strange, there was copper, and the copper went down below the floor, maybe 3 feet. I cameraed it with my VVOR camera that is still going. I'm still impressed by it. I actually sent it to the plumber or I sent it to the landlord so he could send it to the plumber that went out to snake the drain, because he didn't camera it, and I was sent there to camera it because this is a repeat issue. And now there's a guy there. He dug up a hole, a different plumber. He dug up a hole and he is repairing the pipe. And then I think I'm going to go back. I'm not sure. Number one, I've never seen copper that went below the floor. Normally it's clay pipe or cast iron before a slab, below the slab floor. And there's probably 3 feet of it below the slab floor. I replaced a faucet this week. I also worked on a faucet that wouldn't shut off. Cartridge went bad in it. It's only a couple years old, so I called Glacier Bay. It was like super easy to do the warranty on it. So if you have a Glacier Bay faucet, they asked me like 0 questions. Like they asked me for the model number, and then which is always on the hot side supply on the faucet. And yeah, I was impressed. I was actually really impressed. Now I've called Moen for warranty before. Glacier Bay, I have not really called for warranty too much that I can recall, but this one I called in for warranty, and they're sending me the parts. They said 7-10 days. I just shut the hot side of the faucet off. The lady's still able to use the cold side. It's an extra bathroom. It's not a big deal. The other thing I did some roofing repairs, and I've seen this Lexel on some other channels that I watch. And I went to Lowe's because I was closer to Lowe's than Home Depot. So I went to Lowe's and I just passed this, and I was like, man, I'm gonna try this. And I tried it on some roofing. I actually was really impressed. I didn't read the instructions. I have no idea if it can even be used on roofing. Oh yeah, shingles. Yep, it's on there. Roof that I was working on definitely needs replaced. I was trying to file it under insurance, and I've had no luck with roofs and insurance. I have a $2,500 deductible per property. I thought it was like per incident, but I believe it's per property. I took a pretty big hit last year in 2023 on my insurance and my taxes. I'm not looking for to file any claims unless I absolutely have to. So that's that. All right, got to get moving on my list. Got to go to Home Depot and get some supplies. All right, I'm back from Home Depot. Here is the basement that I need to paint. I always try to start with things on the list that need dry time, like caulking a tub, painting. All those bags are wet clothes. I told the tenant, you need to get those out of the basement immediately. I mean, there's like moldy items down on the floor that need to get out of the house. If you hear my kids in the background, I am voice recording this and trying to get this out to you guys. I've been slacking on posting videos. Here is my favorite scraper. It has a hammer in you can put on the end of it. You take that off and you can use it and put it on your extension pole there. Absolutely love it. Went through several of them throughout the years. It works great for scraping this paint. It's really stiff. So yeah, I go through, scrape, and then I dust, clean all that up. I get the fan going so that it's blowing some air out, getting some fresh air in. I always carry some blowers on my truck. here is the cover stain. I use that and I just go through and hit the badly stained moldy areas, and then I got that globe replaced. As the basement was drying, I went ahead and cleaned this trap, got that all squared away, and then I started working on this tub, caulking it and cleaning it. And I also cleaned the fart fan. It was completely covered, matted with a layer of fur. There's the tub caulked. I did not use grout caulk. I just went ahead and used white that I had in my truck. Here, scratching off the list. This was not on the list, but I went ahead and took care of it anyways to prevent a future call. I went ahead and cleaned this drain. It's pretty unfortunate. I did not think that this place had bugs until I was down on my hands and knees in this bathroom and realized that there were roaches. You can see that mouse that I pulled out of there. I've never seen one of these pop-up stoppers ever broken in my life, but somehow this one was broken. It would not, that screw would not stay. The piece was mangled right there. I don't know why, but I went ahead and replaced that. While I was there, I had one on my van. Went ahead and put a new stopper in there. That was not on the list, but I just like to go ahead and take care of those things. How people break some of this stuff, but they did. So yeah, and then tighten it up there. Filled it up, tested it, and flushed it down. Alright, now I had to repair this linoleum in the kitchen. You can clearly see that the refrigerator, the old refrigerator was pulled out, and there's a relatively new refrigerator there. A trick is to pull the refrigerator out and cut the linoleum you need. Use this glue adhesive, and you have to cut it in and patch it. I also had to pull the stove and do that. That was really hard. That was really hard to get to look even decent. And then I use a Bear product on the basement walls, this Dry Plus, and I go over and I painted all the walls with this Bear Plus. I skipped a few areas, I'm not gonna lie, just to save on materials, and yeah, I'll be back again painting them in a few years. So I told the tenant to get all this out of the basement. There's no reason to have that down there. All right, 8 hours and 15 minutes I spent there yesterday. That's solid, working on it. I am headed back today to finish a few things. I have the weather stripping around the door. I have 2 holes in drywall that I need to mud over. I went ahead and foamed the holes, and I'm gonna mud over them today. That's a down and dirty way of getting past the inspection. And then I also have a door, I have weather stripping, and I have those holes that I have to fill. And then on my list, I have some brush on the outside, and then there is a front window that I need to take some measurements on because it needs replaced. It needs a lot of work. There's a lot of rot on the window. They didn't even have that on their list. Kind of different on this one. It's the square hinge. Alright, threw the screws in this hinge, and then cut the bottom hinge, and there's the door done. Got that done. Love to know how many doors I've replaced in my lifetime. There's some drywall patching. Absolutely amazed by this. I had to buy a whole door just for that threshold piece at the bottom. There's some weather stripping on the side. Done. Got that list done.